How you doing, guys? So I've come to Sand Point again. Yes, I know, again, but this time I'm actually going to go up to the point itself rather than one of the bays that I normally shoot from. So yeah, I'm going to hopefully be able to show you the actual Sand Point. It's quite a trek. Well, I say quite a trek. It's not quite a trek. It's not too bad at all, really, but it's steep and it's a bit warm. So rather than subject you to the over-enthusiastic pantings of an overweight middle-aged man, it's probably best that I see you at the top. So this area was actually used for target practice during World War II. So it's not unusual to find old, spent 20mm shell casings from the planes and all sorts of other ordnance, to be honest. It shows up quite a lot. I've actually got a shell casing, actually. It was given to me by Rich Reynolds. Still got it, Rich. So one of the other places I normally shoot from is that bay down there. The tide is it's on its way in. I think it's about 10.5 metre tide tonight. But it's not high tide until around 11 o'clock. The sunset is at about 9:15, but the shot that I want shouldn't really matter about the tides because I'm going to be right out on the end of the point. Well, not right on the end, but towards the end of the point. And it's a shot that I've taken before, but I just want to try shooting it again. So I'm hoping to put the actual point in the bottom of the frame, right in the centre, to create a nice perspective. As usual, there was a few clouds around and they've cleared up now, so I doubt I'm going to get any interest in the sky, which is a bit of a bugger, but you never know. Still got a couple of hours yet, so anything can happen. I think the only thing that could ruin this for me now is other people. I've got a horrible feeling that there's a couple of people down on the point, so I might have to sit around for a bit. And it looks like the wind is too high to fly the drone, which is a real shame. That is a real shame, but it's definitely kicking up a bit. I mean, I might be able to fly it off the south side over the mud flats and pick out some of the detail, because that actually would make a really great aerial shot. I might give it a go. And if I come back to you in a minute in tears, it's because I've lost my drone out in the mud flat somewhere. But we'll see what happens. But if I show you all the channels in those mud flats out there, with the side lighting, with the sun being that it's dropping low now, I think that could look pretty epic from above. So before the tide covers that, I think that's going to be the first thing I'm going to do. And I might actually get the drone out now. Let's find somewhere suitable to take off and we'll see what happens. if I take home nothing from the DSLR tonight, then I'll be happy if those shots are good. The drone was absolutely fighting to stay still. The thing was kicking all over the place. But being DJI, we all know what they're like. The gimbal did an absolutely amazing job of keeping it steady. So really hoping that I got that shot, because I'm pretty excited about it, to be fair. So let's go out and see what we can do with the camera. Only downside is there is a few people around. I'm hoping that they're going to bugger off before sunset, or that they won't venture out as far onto the point as I plan to. So we shall see. It's a little bit of a trek. Well, it's not really. I'm just unfit, that's what it is. It feels like a bit of a trek, but it's really not that bad if you haven't been here before. When you come up the main path, you can go to the top and you can go either way. You can head back towards the MOD, which is where I usually shoot down the other end, or come out this way to the point. It's probably, I'm going to say, I don't know, maybe a mile to the point from the path. It's difficult to judge really because of the perspectives and everything, but it's not far. And it's an easy walk. It's not like Breen Down, where you go up a huge hill and you think, thank God, thank God I've reached the precipice. And then as you break over the top, you see that it goes down again and then up again in a few hundred yards. So it's not like that. It's relatively, well, I wouldn't say it was flat. And so there is bits that are a bit rough underfoot, but it's not strenuous. I'm just unfit. It's actually looking pretty good inland at the moment. Nice bit of cloud up there, but it's not what I'm after at the moment, so let's not get distracted. Right in the distance, over about here, is Burnbeck Pier, which again looks pretty nice from here. I was actually gonna shoot Burnbeck again tonight with the drone, with the idea of getting a nice top-down shot with the soft side lighting, but too many people around. And I don't like people around, especially not when I'm chatting crap to a camera. Right, this bit now gets a little bit hairier. Let me show you. So I just need to be a little bit more careful around here. So there's going to be times where I'm going to need to turn you off, put you away, so I'm concentrating on what I'm doing. So I literally just turned round and saw a composition that I actually quite like, and there's some nice clouds in the sky as well. So see if I can show you. What I'm looking at now is this rock here, kind of around about there-ish. But I actually really like the way it looks. Nothing special, I know, but it kind of, on the back of the camera, kind of gives the impression of a big sea stack or something like that, you know? Yeah, I quite like that. We'll see how it turns out. All right, so I'm going to move a bit further along this this cliff edge to see if I can find anything else. All right, so the next shot I've lined up is a vertical, and I'm trying to use colour and contrast to sort of make the image stand out, if you like. So in the frame, like I said, I'm shooting vertical, so I'm trying to include this nice bit of green here, which kind of goes out to this darker black rock, and then out to the lighter, you know, the lighter sort of grass and hills over here, Sadly, the skies are clearing a little bit and there's a little less cloud than I would like, but it's looking all right. All right, so I've turned round again, started shooting out towards the sun. That thing that I said I wasn't going to do. But the reason being is that this time of year the sun does set quite a way over to the right, so it's going to light up the point all on the right side. There is no clouds though, this is the only real downside. But then the clouds back inland have kind of moved off as well, so kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. But yeah, I'm thinking I might go back on the long exposure route with this one. The trouble is, a minute ago I could actually hear the filter chattering around in the end of the lens, so keeping it still for a long exposure could be a bit of a problem. But I'll show you what I'm doing here. So the shot's kind of like that, I guess. Obviously this is all side lit. You got a little bit of colour. See that colour on the horizon there? So there's a possibility that we might get something out of the sky, because there must be some hazy cloud on the horizon. That's why that colour's sort of beginning to kick off. So it might work. Problem I'm now getting is lens flare. It's only a very small amount, but it's kind of right in the detail areas of the rocks down here, so not really very good. Is it lens flare? Oh no, I can see what it is. It's not actually lens flare. Let me show you. Can you see that funny spot of colour there? That's actually reflection off the front of my filter. Sun's hitting it and bouncing it down straight onto the ground. When I was looking at the playback, it actually looked like lens flare. Look what's going on down here. Beautiful, right? Oh, do I go for a long exposure? Wait for the sun to go down a bit. Do you know what? I'm going to do that, because that sun's going to drop down behind that horizon, and I really hope that we're going to get some colour. But I think we might get a little bit on the horizon, and if we do, then the light should be low enough that I don't need to go with the 10 stop, and I should be able to get a long exposure just using what I've got on there at the moment. So what I might do is just take a pew for 5 minutes, take it all in, and wait for that sun to drop behind that horizon. Alright, I've decided that I'm going to try and get down onto there, onto those black rocks, and shoot back towards the point, because the composition that I had then, it's going to work better after the sun's gone down. So I hate sitting around wasting light, so I'm going to see if I can't get down here, because that could be quite good. No one said it was going to be easy. But I'm hoping that down here I'll be able to find a bit, I'll be able to sort of put myself in front of the camera, shelter it a little bit. But this is nice, there's a rock pool there. Whoa. Okay. Yeah, this is a bit more sheltered, not by much, but a little bit. And I'm actually really liking this right now, because I can see flat hole, clear as anything, and the point kind of leads out to it. So, right, I'm going to stop wasting time and take this shot. I'm going to turn around and shoot back inland again, because there's some nice waves breaking on the rocks behind, and they're creating nice little, you know, nice little runoffs. So let's go and have a look. Oh boy, am I glad I turned round. Absolutely stunning. Really, really nice. There's some really beautiful soft light, really beautiful soft light. And there's a lot of jagged rocks down on the, just, you know, right at the sea level there. And they're sort of catching the water and it's slowly running off. I mean, oh, just look. It's looking stunning out there. The Welsh mountains and the Welsh hills are just, they're clear as anything. It's absolutely stunning. The light is starting to fade a little bit, which is a bit of a shame because it is so beautiful. So I'm so glad I came down on these rocks. I think these have, this has saved this shoot. And I'm also going to be putting this one in the diary, because this is a nice place to shoot from. So starting to lose the light now, so I think what I'm going to do is go back up onto the point and shoot the point with the colour in the sky as I talked about earlier, because the sun is just dipping below the horizon now. So now's the time. If anything's going to happen, it's going to start happening now. So hold tight and I'll be back in a minute. Do you know what? I am really glad that I sat this out and stuck around, because what I'm getting here looks absolutely beautiful. I am struggling with the wind. I do want the long exposure. Say long exposure, 2.5 seconds. I do want that, so I want to smooth that water out a bit. So I'm trying to put myself in between the wind and the camera, but it's proving really bloody difficult because the wind's coming almost straight at it. So I'm just going to review this image. The sun is just breaking the horizon. I'm getting some beautiful sun stars. It looks absolutely gorgeous. It is a shame. It is a shame that there wasn't more clouds in the sky, because that would have really made it. That would have turned a, you know, pretty nice shot into an epic shot. I'm still pleased, but could have been better. But then couldn't they all? So guys, that was the point at Sand Point. Now I know I've shot it lots before, but I normally shoot it from the beaches a bit further inland, or you know, the little coves further inland. So this was Sand Point in all its glory, and it turned out pretty nice. Tide worked out well, light, fantastic. Clouds could have been better, but to be honest, I think I'm pretty happy. So I'm glad I was able to show you Sand Point, and I hope you liked the video, hope you liked the photos. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. It does make a difference. And subscribe as well. Click the little bell next to the subscribe button and you'll get notified when I upload my next one. And that's it. So, from Sand Point, see you next time.